Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hurricane Day. Oh, hello, hello to Brandy. Thank you for coming in. Andrew, Greg, Lou, Lou. Yes, I know. I know. I had a tough time this morning and I had to get these doggies fed, so they had priority over you guys. Kathleen, good morning. And Deirdre, Kathleen, Annie Seven, Josie. No sleep. I know. Same here. I don't know what's going on with the doggies. I just fed them and now they're being really hyper. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if they'll calm down and we're going to do some heart brain. Hi. I have my little buddy by me. Morning, Isabel. Thank you all for sharing. Hey, hey, let's settle, okay? Let's settle. Let's do heart brain. All right. Morning, Brookie. All right, so touching the heart center, we're going to slow down the breathing. Breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. Breathe in love and breathe out love. Breathe in peace and breathe out peace. Just hold somebody in your heart. That's what I like to do when I do the heart brain coherence. Just holding people in my heart makes such a difference because I don't feel so alone. And at the moment, I am physically alone with 3 critters, and they're all, well, 2 are settled. The puppy dog, of course, I'm on with you guys, so he's going to demand some attention this morning. And you're feeling a little sleepy because Max was up at 333. I was up at 333 also, Brookie. So he wasn't alone in that. I was really feeling the energy last night, and now it's a heavy downpour here where I'm at. So I don't know what's going on and how close this thing is to coming in on us, but we're starting to feel the first effects of it anyway. All right, sweetheart, settle. Oh, he had to bring some of his food over here to eat by me. All right, I guess he didn't want to be alone. Good morning, Sally. And how's our Tony girl doing? Give us an update on her, please. And Blue says, so I read that when you go through storms, you can change the message on your cell to you are okay. Even if you can't use the phone, sometimes folks can get your message. Yeah. Yes, yes, we have a lot of Floridians in our family, and I know Josie's on here, Isabel is here. Let's see if we can get some of the others in. Let's call in our Florida family. Let's call in Jennifer and Linda. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Julie Kiss. There's our Leo. Good morning, Leo. I hope you are okay where you're at. And Blue, you were with us at 333. Yeah, it was a tough night to try to sleep. And Sally says, an update. I'm doing about 60% better, and I'm doing more walking on my own. Tony is feeling better today, sleepy but better. Thank you for the prayers. They are magical. Absolutely. Prayer works. And that's why I keep asking when we have these storms, I ask for prayers to go into the area beforehand and just into that storm system, just talking to the storm. Marietta, you're safe there in the Keys. Oh, thank you, God, for our Marietta's safety. And I pray that it continues to be so over the course of the next couple of days. Um, yes, Marietta is here. All right. Let's get a Kuan Yin card for some guidance this morning. There is an angel message, and that message is to believe. I want to read the poem that I included in that message. I won't read the whole message. I would like for you all to read it if you can at your own time, whenever you're able to get to it. But the poem that was written is called A Time to Believe, and it's by B.J. Morbitzer. Oh, Blue, you're teasing me. I don't have my coffee yet. There's a Floridian. Catherine Kovacs, good morning, sweetheart. To believe is to know that every day is a new beginning, is to trust that miracles happen and dreams really do come true. To believe is to see angels dancing among the clouds, to know the wonder of a stardust sky and the wisdom of the man in the moon. To believe is to know the value of a nurturing heart, the innocence of a child's eyes, and the beauty of an aging hand, for it is through their teachings we learn to love. To believe is to find the strength and courage that lies within us when it's time to pick up the pieces and begin again. To believe is to know we are not alone, that life is a gift and this is our time to cherish it. To believe is to know that wonderful surprises are just waiting to happen and all our hopes and dreams are within reach. If only we believe. Okay, I'm going to read it because I think it's important for us to focus on belief this morning. So the angels are telling me to read it and give you story time. Does anyone truly believe these days? I watch the polarities seem to grow deeper and wider with each passing day. I hear people spew rhetoric and say hateful words to complete strangers, along with friends and family. But what does it mean to truly believe? And if we believe in a higher power, can we still participate in what is happening in today's world? To believe means trusting in the unseen. It means having faith that even when the path seems unclear, there is a higher plan unfolding. Belief isn't passive. It's an active choice we make every day. It's waking up in the morning and saying, "Today, I choose to believe that there is purpose in my struggles. Today, I believe in the power of love, of healing, and of hope." Dear angels, belief is not just a concept we cling to when things aren't going well. It's a beacon, a light that shines brightest in the darkest of times. When we face trials that seem too heavy to carry, it's our belief that can transform those burdens into lessons. Belief is what pulls us from the depths of despair and lifts us up to see the sunrise after a long, cold night. It is in these moments of uncertainty and doubt that we are invited into something deeper, something sacred. It's an invitation to believe. Dear ones, there is a divine presence guiding you through the storms of life, urging you to keep going when you feel like giving up. This is a time to believe, not in the fleeting promises of the world, but in the eternal promise that you are never alone. Along your journey, we whisper encouragement, even when you choose not to hear them. When life's challenges seem too much to bear, remember that belief is not about having all the answers. It's about trusting that the answers will come. It's about holding on to the knowing that you are supported, cherished, and guided in ways that transcend your understanding. Now is the time to believe in miracles, to believe in the power of love, to believe in the beauty of tomorrow, no matter what today looks like. Faith moves mountains, and it will begin with a single, unwavering belief in the goodness of life and the infinite possibilities that await. No matter where you are on your journey, hold your belief close, nurture it, let it grow. For in this sacred moment, this time to believe, miracles are already unfolding. Dear angels, thank you. Today I promise to believe fully and totally in angels and in our Creator, which I call God. Believe, it's one of those things that we talk about it and we all know that we hold beliefs, but to fully embrace that power of belief in difficult times is amazing. In times when we know that a Category 5 storm is coming our way, in times when we know that there's darkness ahead, in times that we're experiencing grief, we're experiencing loss, and in times when we're experiencing joy. So tune into your belief system, look at it, nurture it, know it, know what your beliefs are. What do I believe? Ask that question of yourself. What do I believe? And your belief may be different from my belief, and that's okay. That's the power of free choice and free will. But know what you believe and hold on to that belief for dear life, and especially in times like these, in times of turmoil and upheaval and all that's going on in our world. I'm going to see what Kuan Yin has to say to us this morning. Kathy, I love that poem as well. I'm so, so glad I found it because I was holding on to that last night for dear hope. I'm like, yes, there has to be something that will help us. There's something that will get us through times like this. This is my third hurricane in a month. A month ago, I think today, the first one came through Louisiana, right over top of sweet little Annie and Grayson, right over top of me where I was in New Orleans. So that was the first one, and I knew at that time that I was safe. I believed, I had trust. And then the second one came through, and I knew I was okay, but I had a gnawing in the pit of my stomach, and then it went up and destroyed, I think, 4 states, that it just leveled some places there. And now this one that's bearing down on us and coming in soon. Tomorrow. Thank you, Sally. I haven't turned any news on. I just can't. I can't keep focusing and looking at it. I have to go into my prayer time, and that's what I've been doing. Okay, so Kuan Yin says child's play. Conscious play creates energy. It allows us to enjoy the discipline that helps us feel safe, productive, and that we are making progress on our path. It opens us up to life and increases our vitality and creativity. Without it, discipline and hard work can wear away at our life force. When balanced with loving and healthy discipline, there is no need to fear it. It can only bring benefit. We don't even think about playing at a time like this, do we? At a time when everything is being destructive and destroyed, when people are at odds with each other, and life just seems to be out of control. But Kuan Yin says we need that. We need child's play. We need to go back to a time of innocence. And that's part of the belief that we can do that and feel safety and feel like we're okay and we're not alone. Okay, Catherine, you're doing all right with lots of rain. Yeah, the rain is kind of insane outside right now. I know this is only the beginning, but I feel for these little guys because they have to go in it to go potty, and I open the door and they're like, like, what are you thinking, lady? You go out there and go potty. So, yeah, please pray for these animals that I can't even imagine what they're feeling with this storm coming in, because I know animals feel the energy a lot more than people do. And so Milton's due for arrival early Thursday morning. Yeah, I don't know if it's wobbled anymore. It made a little bit of a southeast turn, and I think it's going to hit a little further south than what they had initially said, which was Tampa, but we're all going to feel it, no matter where it comes in. Sally, you've got a prayer chain going. Awesome. Thank you for doing that and keeping track of it. It is going to come in strong. And, we've been getting the messages on our phones. We've been getting, I don't know about other people, but I've been getting the alerts constantly to shelter in place or evacuate. We're not being told to evacuate where I'm at, but I'm not on the coast. So any of those who are getting the warnings, please heed those warnings. It's important. It's important to listen to those who know what they're talking about and who tell you, hey, it's time, and get out while you can before it's too late to get on the road. Brookie says, thank you for reading us the whole beautiful message. I think that's part of what happened over the last year for me. I do feel it's been reinstated. I believe. I love that, Brookie. Can we all, if you can say that, if you can say, yes, I believe all of what Spirit is saying, to trust, to know that we're okay, that we're not alone. Just type it in. If you can say, I believe, let's believe together. Let's bond together over belief. And yes, 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 Isabel, I know, honey, I'm holding you in my heart. And Kathleen says, my mom's favorite poem was Footprints in the Sand. I have a plaque with that poem on my office wall. It talks about Jesus carrying us when we are going through a challenge. Whether you believe in Jesus or not, there's always an angel or our source that's carrying us through. I've been carried many times, Kathleen, so I definitely understand, and I love that poem as well. Thank you. Thank you for your words. Good morning, Miss Hope. Glad to see the family all here. Me too. And love you all. Everything's going to be all right. Famous words of Bob Marley. Every little thing is going to be all right. I love that song. And Catherine says, my cats have been sticking by my side. They will. These dogs are just glued to me and want to be right where I'm at right now because I'm not their people. I'm a substitute people. And they know that they're safe with me. I feed them. I play with them and pet them and talk to them. So for right now, going through this tough time, they know that they can come and be close to me, and they can believe that they're okay. Sally, yes, I believe. And Footprints is my favorite too. Deirdre, I believe in trust. Good morning, Joanne. Kathleen, when I was a child, I heard Mary Alonso sing the song, I Believe. I always sung that song, I believe. And Brandy Chari, I believe. Deirdre, my mom had a Footprints in the Sand music box, also a favorite. Oh, how awesome. Thank you. Thank you to all who believe. Believe in whatever you believe in. I heard, I don't know who said it, but there's a quote that all paths lead to home, and home is in our heart. So, whatever your belief, it's all in that creator that you envision, the one that you hold in your belief system. I believe, I have full faith and trust that we are all taken care of, that we're all right there with the presence of a creator. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the prayer list because I think this is going to be very important today for us to just really feel into the energy of what we're praying for, who we're praying for. And I know that right now, this storm and the people in the path of this storm, which basically is all of Florida, I think that we just really need to bond together right now and hold each other tight. So let me pull it up. And it's going to take it a minute to load because I did go in and revised it. I added in some names and updated those that needed to be updated. I'm asking you to pray for our Deb Goldberg. I shared with you yesterday that her mom passed and they have her funeral scheduled for Sunday. So Deb is flying into this mess. She's flying into Florida and trusting and having faith and believing that she will be safe in doing so she can be with her family and honor their religious tradition of burying the beautiful loved one who has just passed. I saw this morning that one of our family members, Gail Zimmerman, just experienced a loss. There's a lot of loss right now. There's a lot of people that have decided to go and to not stick around for the things that are taking place on earth at this moment. So I'm going to put this up for us, and I want to see what your prayers are and what's going on. Okay, we have somebody asking for money, and we don't do that on here. I'm so sorry. We'll offer you prayers. Um, okay, what is your name? Curtis. We offer you prayers, but yeah, we don't do that on here. So thank you for coming in with us this morning. Um, Andrea, I believe. Yes. And Deirdre, thank you for the prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace and attention to human trafficking, and support for all families dealing with addictions. Thank you. Blue says, I believe, and our manifesting properties are huge. So blessed. So a little bit of update on my world. Sidings going up on the barn, leaves fall, and it's a cool, bright, light, fancy day. Time to cook. Beef stew done and ready to enter the freezer. Veggie stock in the freezer. Potato soup ready to go in the freezer. Rosemary all set. A jar of oregano oil on the counter. Sage pickling today, and I can't forget the catnip. Better not forget the catnip. And thank you, Deirdre. Continued prayers for our Deb Goldberg. And thank you, Sally, for our daily prayers from you, for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless, and those living in fear of another. Huge prayers for all in Milton's path. Thank you. And Isabel wants to thank us for all the extra prayers for her daughter, Inez. She moved out of a toxic relationship after 4 years. I'm so glad to hear that. And Leo wants to add his Aunt Suli and Aunt Serlene, who are both battling cancer. Leo, I will add them to the list. Um, I will definitely put them on as soon as I get off of the show today. So I want to put in here for if you have any prayer requests to keep typing them in. Okay. Okay, I was looking to see if there were any more prayer requests. Um, Kathleen, the manufacturer of the Milk Haven, is receiving through a PIC line, was destroyed during Helene, so there's a shortage. Because of that, he might not be able to go home today. His mom messaged me last night saying their local pharmacy is trying to get it so he can go home. And please pray that the pharmacy is successful so he can go home after 55 days in the hospital. Yes, we will hold that sweet baby in our prayers, all of those sweet ones that you bring to us. Thank you, Joanne. Prayers for all of Florida. Okay, so let's get to it. We pray for Prachetta and Prachir, for Mina and Neil. Sorry, I have to get this bigger so that I can see it too. It's not cooperating. No, that's what I wanted. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Navriti, Jasmine and her family, Billy and Tim and their family, Sheila and Kevin, Gary, Cecil Boone, and my sister Loretta's family, Nola, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John, and their family. Keep them safe during the storm, and praying especially for that sweet baby Eris and his mom Jackie. Dolores Cook, which is Joanne's mom, who I hear has some improvement. LZ, Elaine, Deirdre and her family, Deirdre's sister and husband, Adriel, Joni, and John and Carl, Tia Fernetti, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family, especially her son-in-law, and the troops that he's deployed with away from their family right now, and possibly ones that are in the wake of the storm. Jacob, Marietta, and Ed, and keeping you safe during the storm. Leo Harley, same. You're in Florida. We want you safe. Lakshmi, Ken, Jim, Ryan, Josie, our sweet Josephine, and I know Ricky's helping you to be safe and keeping you calm during the storm. Tom and Mary, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Loriot, Jean and Ron Loriot, and Auntie Jean is flying home today from Colorado, so travel prayers for her. Mary Lou Burdick, Catherine and Michael Kovacs, and all your family, and praying for safety for you during the storm. Lynn, Fred, Rosalind, good vibes. Let's see if I can get this bigger. There we go. Sorry, I was struggling to read it this morning. Sally and Tony and all of your family, and prayers for your health to improve. Kathy and Bob Hand and family. Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss and your family, Becky LaFave and your son Travis, Erica Hoppy and family, Corinne, Charlie Coons, and Charlie has family down here in Florida, praying for safety for his sisters. Hope Wellington Marshall and your family, Carrie Baker, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven and Grayson, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and her family, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, and praying for Gail as she goes through the grief of her loss. Jennifer and Micah, also down in South Florida, praying for their protection. Oksana and her mom and her family, and Oksana is on the east coast of Florida, praying for protection over her. Herb, Caitlin, and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese and their daughters, and thank you for letting us know about answered prayer and holding you and Paul up during this storm, Isabel. Beata with skin cancer, and Juliana, her daughter, Linda Lemieux, her son, and one of Linda's sons is in Tampa, close to where that storm is supposed to make landfall. So praying for the family over there, especially the sweet grandchildren. and praying for Linda to be safe. Her sister has come over from the Tampa area to be with her during the storm. For Linda's friend in Sarasota, which is, I believe, right in the place where the storm might come through. Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and Stacy as well over here on the East Coast, right on the water, praying for their safety. Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Cheaton, and Dave, and all the babies. Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, and Shasta the horse. Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie, and Dylan, and sweet baby Max, and Brookie's dad, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Lillian in Norway, and all of her family, Kathleen Caputo. Kathleen has family all over Florida, and praying for their safety. Baby Wyatt and Wyatt's mom Katie, baby Haven and mom Mandy, and praying for that situation with the need so that that baby can go home. Baby Divine, Kat, Steve, Candy, and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Diego Leal, Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis and her family, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her family, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, who is also here in Florida, praying for her safety during the storm, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine and John, Tammy Fisk and her family, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, and especially her sister-in-law, Sharon. I believe she's going into hospice soon. Jeannie's sister, Merle, the area of Boulder, Colorado, Deb Goldberg. Please say travel prayers for Deb and prayers for this time of saying goodbye to their mom physically. Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and their family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and her family, Sherry Gatewood, and Sherry was affected by the last storm that came through, Helene, and had, I believe her family business was destroyed in that storm. She's in Georgia. Hanaya Hummingbird, the same. She's in Georgia as well, where the storm came through. Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Mary Quincoli and her family and friends here in Florida, and praying for Mary's protection. Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi. Lynn is also here in Florida. Frank, Albie, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, Kamal, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Hamdite, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seacoff and Richard, Dido Clark and her son Harry, Terry Gilstad. Terry is in Wellington in the middle of the state. Um, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Peace family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and family, Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Sue and grandchildren, Janie Stamler, Claudette Jackson, Debbie Carol Hawks, and I believe she may be in Florida. I know that Michelle Landers was the one that brought her to us. Carl, Chris Blake, Dante. Oh, hello, Suzanne from Germany. Thank you for coming in for a moment. And hi, Pachetta. Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers, and Michelle's family is all here in Florida. I'm not sure if they're traveling at the moment. I know they had travel plans. So praying for safety for them and for their homes. Kagan and Wyatt Linder, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Miles and Sarah, Joanne McCon New, Whitney, Jude Doughton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Julia Kiss and her mom Cynthia, Courtney, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Erin Parker, Angelica Kampelmans, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher and her family, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Yolanda, Selby Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and her mom Jewel, Joey, Terry, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita in Central Florida, so praying for their protection through the storm. Yusha, Nancy Brodelsky, who's down in the Miami area, praying for protection. EC, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, and daughter Mia, Dick Waters, Milton Carbajal, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Softman, Jacqueline Carbajal, and David Reiger, all Floridians. Please hold them tight in our prayers. Sylvie Barnes and Odd Barnes, Goon Ellen Sundall, Maria Mitchinson Higman Simpson, Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan, Lydia, Benedita, Rebecca Stewart Rickardson, Sonia Kay, Miles, Anjali Baha, Paula Graca, David Brett, Colleen, Dylan Hickson, Richard Barnes, Cole Grayson, Brandy Chari, JT, Francis Navin, Shauna, Danielle Riverin and her family, Chris and Natika, Elise, Kara, Pam, Christine and Ed, Barbara and Diane, Kim, Catherine DeSanti, Mary Jane in Vermont, Carol Caruso, Val Meyer, Tasha, Jocelyn, Linda Kraft and family, Eric and John, Celestino Cosme, Darlene Osei, Paul G., Liam G., Pam, Mivan and Vanya, Daniel McGraw, Minor Brumley, Rebecca Sherman, Joe Ketterer, Gabriel, Ina, Donna, Courtney, Nancy, Bailey, Jacob, Mary, Brian, Lily, Gabby Forrester, Don B., his daughter and granddaughter, the Vega family, Laura, Lisa Capoli Matroni, Bobby, Elaine, Shiraz, Sharu, Sandy, Adil, Laura, Evelyn Smith, Beatrice, Amina, Israel, and all areas in the world where there's conflict and war, abused individuals and groups, Ashley Miller, Alina, Susanna, Lana, Grace Anna, Kim Coles Ventnor, Shoshana Sebring, Ilana, Stephen, Keith, LP, Adam Holmes, Bob Smith, Chris, Christina, and Clint, and Catherine. I don't know if they're in Florida, but if they are, definitely praying for their safety. Janine, Heather, Kim, Jennifer, Cassandra Brown Henry, Tim Smith, Jeanette, and Eric, Mark Hunter, Pat, Ainsley Grace, and Mom, Kathleen Biscomi, Betty, Judy Dorn, Kelly, Alma Jean, Jim Mershon and his father, Diane Beiersdorfer, Rebecca Abraxas, Dana Rados. Dana is here in Florida, I believe, right in the area where the storm is scheduled to exit out of the state, so right in the middle of Florida. Darlene Trainer and Nala Strawberry and Coda, Patricia, Jennifer Schwab and family, Steve Newman and Carol, Janet, Blue's sister Timmy, Margarita Estrada, Emerson, Diego Muga, Luisa Almeida, Patricia, Don Baker and his family, and please say prayers for Don as he prepares for a really heart-wrenching event out in California where his son was killed last year. Norman Ratner and Monica. Richard Scarborough and Norman and Monica are in Florida, so prayers of protection for them. Kathleen's cousin in Florida and all of her family down here. Andre, Latrulia, Kathy's co-workers and supervisor, Rose, Donica and Annette, Don and Dar Strickler, Mike, Emmanuel from Zambia, Katie Alves, Lucy's mom, Mary, Sandy Williams Wise, and Vanette Hilma Mazel Colquhoun, and I'm sorry, I probably really mispronounced that name, Justin Brown and family. And I think that was all of those prayers. Let me read this prayer and we can read it together. Please speak to me clearly, Lord. Open my ears to hear your voice. Open my heart to commune with you more deeply. I want to feel your loving embrace. Open the doors that need to be opened and close the doors that need to be closed. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Please hold that prayer in your heart. Hold all of Florida in our hearts. All these people, they're people. Just remember that when this storm comes in, it's people that are affected. Yes, there may be land that's tossed around, flattened, things destroyed. Things can be replaced. It's not the things that we're so concerned about. Just keep everyone in your heart, please, and believe, just like the poem says, and like you typed in, if you could, that I believe. I believe in a power that's greater than any of us, that's greater than any of this that our physical eyes can see. And I'm going to hold on to that belief as we go through these next couple of days. And I pray that you do as well. I don't know if how long I will keep power, if it will go out, if the internet will go out, if my phone will go out. So just please hold me in your prayers and all these beautiful babies, this house that I'm sitting in. It's pretty solid. So pray that it will be intact and that all will go well. Marietta, love and prayers continue to flow to raise us all up, up, up to a higher plane with love and light and joy. Thank you for that, Marietta. Thank you, Charlie. Let's do that today. When you type in your thank you, I love you, add in there, I believe. I believe. And I do believe, and I'm holding on to that belief that all is well, all is as it's supposed to be. And let's just hold you up with that love. I thank you. I love you. And I do believe. I believe in a creator that has our back and that loves us so much. So I'm going to play Leo and get us lifted up even more as we think about the AAA and what that means and holding each other tight through these times, these sometimes trying times, right, that we're going through, but we'll make it through.
Good morning, Earthlings! It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on! Come on, let's play, it's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead, wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new
Thank
dimension.
you for the I believe, Leo. I believe. Thank you, Joanne. Oh, sweet one, I'm holding you and your family close in my prayers.
Thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every
Deirdre, I
day.
do
To start the
believe.
day on a high vibe, we call the AAA.
Absolutely.
Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you,
Marietta,
namaste.
I believe. And call on AAA. Yes, we need it right now, don't we, Marietta? We've got to have that AAA right now during this tough time.
Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
I believe. Yes, we do, yo.
To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full
Please
of
stay
joy
safe,
with all the
my
peas and the
friend.
pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of give me
Thank you, Andrea.
full of joy. Give me a cup full of give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of there really is no secret. We simply accept,
Accept,
align,
align, allow.
triple
Hey, y'all.
cup full of
Take
joy
that
every
triple A
day.
all
Start
day
the day on
long.
the high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you,
I love you,
namaste.
namaste.
Morning
Y'all.
cup full of joy every day. To start the day on the high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Yo. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of joy.
You got it, Blue Jean. That triple A. I believe. Yes, Tricky, EIWP. Everything is working perfectly. We might not see it yet, but we will. Andrea's helping us. Woo! Oh, thank you, Peas. Thank you, everybody who bonded together over prayer today, and please keep us lifted up in your hearts. I will give updates as I can and praying that our power will stay on. I know that I did that in Louisiana. That was my ask of the angels. Just let me keep power so I can communicate with people. I will communicate as much as I possibly can and let you all know what's happening here where I'm at. And I ask all of our beautiful Floridian peas to please do the same. Just let us know that you're okay. And when we get on the other side of this, we'll bond together in what needs to take place, all the cleanup, and seeing what's left here in our beautiful state of Florida. So please, as you go through this day, whenever you think of us, just send up a prayer. Send out a word of encouragement to those who may be in the storm's path. And just let us know that you're holding us in your heart. I love you so very much. Stay calm, stay focused on what you believe in, and stay in your hearts. I love you.